Paulo, Brazil, for round one of season 5 of the Contest of Speed Championship. This is the top tier of the Americas, and I am joined by Eat the Cookie. What's going on, man?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Looking forward to tonight as always. Always get some great racing in the Americas Tier 1, and it's only just going to get better. We've added a lot of new drivers that showing a good, decent amount of pace.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people probably didn't tune into the practice last week, but we were looking pretty much 1 through 8. Everybody was 1 through 10, honestly. Everybody was within 7/10, 8/10 of a second. And at a circuit such as this, it is honestly, I mean, that's not a whole lot to gain.
No, it's going to be very exciting tonight. We've had races, 5 very exciting races around this track already in Contest of Speed. This being the last one of the week around Brazil, and I'm sure it will be one of the best, even though it does have some tough races to contend with. First out on track is Nicholas.
Yeah, we were just talking pre-race. Nicholas is a guy that we don't really know a whole lot about, but he showed a lot of pace last week. Excited to see what he can do. I mean, we obviously have the guys like Alp and Flip Flop Fish and Henrique. They're all very quick, but I think we're, as you mentioned earlier, we're looking at some guys that can upset the old establishment.
Yeah, we have got a lot of new drivers in, coming to the second season of the Americas Tier in Contest of Speed. Nicholas being one of them, and in my eyes, one of the better new drivers that we've brought in. So we'll definitely be challenging Alp, Enrique and Flip Flop Fish for the top spot. Alp, as we know, is very quick around this track. They have raced here before, early on in the week. Looking forward to it,
Yeah, he's obviously showing all purple right now for the first 2 sectors. Let's see what kind of time he sets. He's going straight out on softs. We were talking about this last week, I think, in qualifying. As the track kind of rubbers in, I mean, you can get 4 really solid soft runs around Interlagos. So it's kind of interesting. I think some guys are going to go out on mediums. I think Lopez, especially, is one of those guys who will. He's already out on the mediums. Bean Sandwich as well. So a lot of different strategies, I guess, approaching qualifying here is. Looks like Nicholas does get, as these times start to roll in, he's got about a 10th on WSR Flip Flop Fish. I'm just going to call him Fish. I hope that's okay with you, Fish. It's kind of one of those things you have to say like 3 times, like really fast in a row, and then like a tongue twister. It's a tongue twister. That's what it is.
It's a very difficult one to say, especially while he's battling away with someone. You have to say it very quickly, otherwise you're But yeah, very good banker lap from Nicholas, as he tops the timesheets for all the banker laps. Interestingly, drivers are going out on the medium tyre and setting lap times on them, so that could indicate a dry start to the race, even though it is very overcast at the moment.
Yeah, it is. And then I wonder, obviously, Interlagos is known for, rainy races. Many of the best races at Interlagos have been, in downpours in the history of the circuit. You think about 2008, Lewis Hamilton, or 2009, 2008. Is that Glock? And races like that. Is certainly we could get some rain here, and I think that is something that the drivers have to prepare for beforehand. As I think Useless just did medium lap as well. It looks like both of the Alpha guys are going on just doing medium laps right now. As Alp does a 108 flat, that'll put him at the top of the board. Purple in all sectors for him.
Yeah, sort of asserting dominance there in the tier that he did win last season. In the first season of contested speed. So Alp just asserting dominance for that banker lap. Personally, I know he can get into the mid 107, so he will be looking to get that down. It'll be more interesting to see what the drivers behind him at the moment can put on a lap.
Yeah, he certainly did it. He had yellow.
But yeah, like you were saying, the rain can definitely affect races around this track. I think it's not only the fact it will, or it's very likely to rain, but of how sporadic the rain actually is. Like you said, 2008, that was completely, it was mental, that race, just for the fact that the rain came at such a weird time in the race,
yeah.
and completely messed up strategies for drivers. So
It looks like following Henrique here, this is his home track. I believe he was the runner-up last season, and it looks like the first 2 attempts he's had so far, he has invalidated the laps. Maybe some home circuit jitters for last season's runner-up.
something I do want to point out is the fact that the Mercedes look like they want to maybe give a tow, or as you see me flying crashed or run out of fuel.
Yeah, I think he's out.
He was waiting
miscalculated.
a while. I don't know why he was waiting so long. I thought he was going to give his teammate a tow, but
Probably not a engineering major. You see me flying. I think element 10. He's coming through right now. I think this is his hot lap, and it looks it's about 7/10 off. It's good enough for P7 at the moment. I think the lap times are going to get a little bit higher as we go on. I think Flip Flop Fish, I believe he is on a flyer at the moment.
yeah, he is just dancing his way around through sector 2, the technical part of the track. Sector 1 and sector 3 are basically just straight line. But yeah, going back to element 10, he is one of the drivers today that needs to keep with the train that this track creates because of DRS.
Yeah.
What we have seen this week is a lot of DRS trains and big trains being created. Even last season, as Flip Flop Fish sets a 108 flat, beaten out by 200ths of a second. But yeah, the DRS train is it's crucial to stay in.
R-Bar. R-Bar. We were talking about R-Bar last week. That's he's the first to foray down there into the 107s at a 107 NM2.
Yeah, very good lap from R-Bar, especially because the track hasn't got to its highest potential yet, and it is in overcast conditions, which will affect the grip of the timing.
And as I'm watching Nicholas come out of the penultimate turn there, it looks like it is starting to brighten up a bit, but he is not. I think he did improve, but only about what 4200ths of a second. Not enough to move him forward. But it does look like it's
specific there.
Yeah, it's
4200s are very quick maths.
yeah. I mean, math's not my strong suit, so I take that with a pinch of salt. But overall, I do think I don't know if you notice it, or it might just be me, but it looks like it is brightening up here as qualifying enters the second half of the 16 minutes.
Yeah, especially in sector 1 and sector 3, which is the pit straight. It seems that the cloud is starting to clear up, so the track will warm up and therefore get a bit more grippy for the tyres, which will bring up some faster laps.
Yeah, we were seeing 107.6s last week. I think Alp was top on the timesheets. And here's Burzy J. He's getting a nice little tow from Blank, but I don't think he's going to do a whole lot with it. It does not improve. Alp.
Talking about Alp, he is on a lap. He has the Red Bulls slipstream in the way down back straight, so an extra 10th gain down there.
Oh, there's Henrique. He's He just set the fastest lap. Didn't realize he was on a lap, but 107.950. About 42 hundredths of a second ahead of Akbar.
And the Renault of Raycon has lost it coming out of turn 4.
Oh, has he? Uh-oh.
And put it into the wall. Very easy to do. We've seen that a lot this week. But unfortunate for him, he did get a lap on the board, but that is nowhere near his best. His Alp sets a thunderous 107.7.
Yeah.
Great lap time from up there.
Yeah, I wanted to check in on Raycon, but I was, like, right as that happened, I was following Alp down through the front straight. Looked like it was going to be a good lap. He had a purple sector too. Speaking of purple sectors, looks like Mitch has set a purple sector 1. Or no, he might have set a no, it was a purple sector 3. Excuse me. I was getting excited for Mitch. Sorry.
Oh, we all love Mitch. Everyone loves Mitch.
Yeah, everybody needs a little bit of Mitch in their life. Looks like the only person right now on a flyer is actually Juventus 13-15 in the second Williams.
Yeah, Juventus, the driver, which was challenging for the top spot last season, but then he made the switch to wheel, which is fair enough. And I know how difficult that is to learn, so
yeah,
good on him.
Ultimately, pace is pace. You know, he'll find that level eventually, but it is a transition that you have to make. As he makes it up in the top 10, just on the outside looking in right now. Warner is about to cross the line in the Renault. Hasn't set a lap yet, and he will go up to 10th, bumping Juventus, who had just been bumped by Eustace as well. So, here we are. I'm not sure what Bean Sandwich is doing. It looks like the McLarens are trying to work in tandem here with the slipstreaming. Bean Sandwich on his second lap. I can't get over saying Bean Sandwich, honestly.
It is a great name.
I mean, it really...
I've got to say, one of the better names in Contest of Speed, has to be said.
I want to laugh at myself every time I'm like, yeah, Bean Sandwich.
Yeah, we do. Interestingly, the Americans seem to come up with very good names. In the Americas here, we've got Bean Sandwich, Flip Flop Fish, Squishy Poop, Porridge Power. We've got some great names in there.
Yeah, I mean we're good at things that don't matter. So coming up with stupid names, definitely in the Americas tier, the Roundhouse. I believe we're getting some comments. I need to check the Twitch. Can you check the Twitch for me, Cookie?
Yeah. The comments are just bigging up Mitch and Team Dingit, which is of course Wingit and DK.
Fan favorite.
Yeah. Fan favourite Team Dingit, has to be said. In the Toro Rosso. Look at how close it is.
It is.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
Second to fifth is 500ths of a second splitting them.
I mean, hey, we got a, I talked to a couple of guys after practice last week, and they were all pretty surprised at, how close just like the top 10 were. I think I opened the broadcast with it was like 0.6, 0.7 tenths of a second, and in a 50% race like this, that's not a whole lot on a short track.
Yeah, no. Should be exciting as Fenrique has set a 107.8, which secures his place in P2 a bit better, as he was under pressure from a lot of drivers behind him.
He should be able to get another lap, I think, at 3:30 to go. Just want to cross the line. Perry the Dog on a flyer right now. He has invalidated that lap, so he's going to have to dive into the pits real quick. Trying to look for a hot lap here. Looks like DK, he is on one at the moment, but I think his is invalidated as well. I think he must have invalidated in the Senna S's. Unfortunately for him.
Yeah, penalties are going to play a part tonight, I reckon. I know that full well. I was running in third this week and dropped down to 8th because of one penalty. So you do not want to be getting a penalty in this league.
And this is one of those circuits where you cut the last part of that Senna S, and it doesn't even feel like you're corner cutting, but boom, automatic like 3 seconds.
Yeah, it is.
It's very strict.
A very strict corner, but one that you can cut and gain a lot of time if you do. So you've got to almost take that risk.
you gotta practice cheating.
Yeah, you've got to practice your way. Yeah, we've got 4 drivers in the 107s, with many people now coming out of the pits and going to be starting their final lap of qualifying.
I think the way that Alp is sequenced this, he's about to cross over the line. I think he knows that he is in control of this session, and he is not going to improve on that 7.45 that he had earlier. But
I think he may have invalidated that lap, and he's going again because he is in overtake mode, going down.
Oh, he still is, and he's catching Blank's slipstream right there.
Yeah, Blank being a great tow for Alp there.
And that is
getting out of the way very well.
That is a purple sector 1 from Alp.
Looking at where Alp will not be getting slipstream from Perry down the back straight, so this will almost be all natural pace from Alp. And I know without slipstream, Alp can certainly get in the 107.6s. He's a very quick driver. As useless as I put it in P7, so both Alphas in the top 10 at the moment.
A couple left from them. See what Alp can do as he crosses the line.
Doesn't improve.
Yeah, still no improvement there. I mean, this is up for the taking. It. And Henrique, he has timed this perfectly. He is going to have the last lap at his home track here in Sao Paulo.
Nicholas has just run his last lap, puts it in the 107.8, but unfortunately for him it wasn't enough to get an advancement into the top 2 spots, into the first row of the grid. As for us anyway, qualifying has finished, but I know there is a glitch in which qualifying can be a bit weird, as Nicholas has retired on track. So that's a no-no. That is a no-no.
There he is, moving off as I'm riding along with Enrique.
Flip Flop Fish retires as well, not able to get it into the 107s. Flip Flop Fish has been wanting to challenge Alp this season, but starting P5 it will be difficult as Alp is P1.
Yeah.
Fenrique, however, about to round the last corner.
It's a purple sector 2.
I think this is going to be close.
Yep.
I didn't quite catch the sector 2 split.
Is
that is close.
Boy,
that is very close.
I don't even know.
Business.
I don't even
That's
know how
incredible.
to. What is that? 6 sevenths, something like that. I don't even know.
That is 8,000ths.
8,000ths. Excuse me. Yes, told you I wasn't good at math. I'm good at talking, not doing that. But that is, oh man, that is extremely close between these two former teammates. This is going to be a fun, short run down to the Senna S's turn 1 here in Interlagos.
Possibly the most dangerous series of corners to start a race going through, but look at how close that is. Down to 9th, every driver is within 0.5 of a second from pole. That is insane. So we've got Alp on pole with Fenrique to his left. The two former Mercedes drivers starting on the front of the grid. Nicholas in third. Alongside him is Arbar. Flip-flop Fish in fifth, being sandwiched sixth. Lopez Matthias Fly in seventh. Eighth is Mitch. Useless as a cat ninth. And Perry rounds off the top 10 in 10. Element 10 11th. 12th is Swarner. 13th Juventus. 14th DK. Can't remember the rest.
The rest will they'll have to find their own way through.
Yeah, they'll figure it out themselves.
Yeah, through the 11 corners here. Any predictions?
Yeah, get your predictions in the chat.
Yeah, I want to hear them. I haven't really seen most of these guys race before, so I'm really intrigued to see how this entire Grand Prix sets up. Eat the Cookie, you were around for most of last year. What do you think?
Well, I think my prediction is going to be, I think Fenrique might win it, and that's purely going off the fact that Alp is notorious for his awful starts. He has some interesting starts, let's just put it like that. So first for me will be Fenrique. I think Alp will finish second, as I know them two are keen battlers, but I think Fenrique will just edge it, and I think I'm going to go with Mitch third. He's very good with race pace, so even though he is starting P7, P8, he's never normally too high up in qualifying, but certainly can make his way through the field, and once he gets in front of a driver, they are almost certainly not getting back past. He is that good defensively. But, do you want to have a prediction? Even though,
hey, I'm trying to stay as impartial as possible, but if I were a betting man, which I am, I would probably say Alp, just based on what I've seen. He is insanely quick. Followed by Henrique, and honestly, I think this is one of the tracks where you look outside of the top 10, somebody going from like medium to hard to medium might be able to really just outclass everybody on strategy. So I'm not going to go that far, but I think I'm going to take Lopez in third.
Lopez, nice. That might be his first podium in Contest of Speed, if that is true. So fingers crossed. Speaking of drivers on the medium tyre, starting outside of the top 10, as they have free tyre choice for the race. The medium runners are Swarner in 12th, Wingit in 15th, and then 17th and 18th, 19th of You See Me Flying Blank and Raidcon start on the mediums too. So it'll be interesting to see how their race goes.
I think that is I think that's the wisest decision if you're not in the top 10 here. If you throw on those mediums and you can just hang around, stay in DRS along the front straight and coming into turn 3, I think you could be able to make a ton of positions if you're starting outside the top 10.
Yeah, the reverse strategy was always very overpowered on the game until the safety car update, in which it was a bit of a gamble now, because if the safety car comes out at the wrong time, then you're well out of the race unless you pull a miracle off. But as we see the drivers line up and take their grid positions, I will leave it to you to start.
As slowly as you want. Yeah, for round 1 of season 5 of Contest with Speed, we have 5 lights, and they are going out, and we are ready to race. And it looks like Henrique did not start. He did not go off the start. Looks like he stalled on the line. Unfortunately for him, it is home track. Alp has taken the lead. Nicholas right behind, but a lot of action here at the front of the field. A lot of guys swapping positions. Lopez looks like the biggest gainer of them all, up into P3 from P7.
Yeah, Fenrique, it just looked like he stalled on the line there, and whoever was behind him, unfortunately...
Oh, no. Ooh, we have a Ferrari and a Renault in the
that
wall.
Is a safety car.
Yeah, that was
is a
Blank.
safety car.
Looks like Blank lost it coming out of turn 4, and Raidcon T-boned him. Hopefully they're both all right. They'll get checked out at the medical center in the infield.
Yeah, fingers crossed for them too. I know Blank. Well, it's unfortunate when you retire on the first lap of the first race of the season, because you are just buzzing to get back into it, and then it's all taken away so quickly. So unfortunate for them. But
yeah, definitely terrible. But as I was looking at that, it looks like Nicholas has pipped out 4P1. I'm not sure where he did that at.
He did. It was down at turn 4 where the incident happened. He went up the inside of Alp, and Alp will not be happy with that, because I know Alp struggles to get past Nicholas. That was seen in the race that these guys had after the practice session. I tell you what, Wingit has had a tremendous start on the medium tyre. That's incredible. 7 places he's gained off the line. That is insane. Lopez off the line, 3rd place, 4 places gained.
Yeah, there was just so much going on right there in the first few corners. First, you got Henrique just stalling on the line essentially. Not sure if that was a lag issue or what, but just didn't go. And then everybody kind of had to scatter. And then you got Lopez jumping up into P3. You got Nicholas overtaken out. An action-packed first 4 or 5 corners.
Yeah, as it always is in Brazil. As it always is. But Fenrique just didn't get going. And then I feel bad for whoever was behind him, because I think it was Arbar, because he's down in P13.
Yeah.
Because he just went straight into the back of the McLaren. And
yeah, I mean,
unfortunately, probably lost some front wing.
You don't really anticipate that. I wonder if he might, Arbar, might want to just throw on hards right now and try to ride it out if he has front wing damage. He doesn't really he's going to pit.
Someone does pit. Swarner's in.
Yeah, so Swarner's going to do something.
Swarner's taking the... and DK. Swarner and DK.
They are at the back of the grid. I'm not sure if they have damage, but you know what? They might as well change something up. I see Swarner's fixing the hards on. DK
for hards.
Yep. Hards there as well. Don't disregard that glitch on the stream. Looks like DK. His crew had medium tires, and it switched to hards whenever you put them on. But yeah, Nicholas up in front, following the safety car driven by Brazilian legend Pele today. Shout out to Pele.
I didn't know that.
Shout out to Pele.
That was an intro. I didn't know he could drive. That's incredible.
He didn't know he could drive either, but apparently he took some lessons from Ricardo Zonta, and now he's look at him. He's out here driving the pace car around, looking great in that Mercedes AMG. Bean Sandwich doing a great job up in P5. He's one of the guys. Like I was really just trying to get a feel for everybody last week, and he said that he was quick, and it's a name that is a little misleading, if I'm honest. But let's see what kind of restart he can get. Where the safety car is, and Pele has pulled it into the paddock, and we are ready to go racing once again as Nicholas. He is in charge. As Lopez is
got the greatest starts.
Yeah, Lopez is immediately challenging him around the outside. We have another yellow, I think, in the back of the field, perhaps. Not entirely sure. Useless gets Bean Sandwich going into the start of the Senna S's. Oh, wow. Okay, these guys are extremely close.
Arbar's gone at turn 3. So the 4th place driver on the grid has gone in. And them 2 McLarens battling away.
They really are.
two McLarens going at it. Bean Sandwich has backed off for his teammate, knowing that he is the quicker driver, as he did start P2, but an unfortunate start for himself has meant he is all the way back into P6. Thing is, with Fenrique, he is really good on the brakes, and if you leave that door open, he will lick the stamp and go for it. He will absolutely send it into the corner.
Well, I mean, I think the problem for Bean Sandwich here is if you let him go, Element 10 here is he's peaking around around P7. I think he has a really good chance here down the main straightaway to get him in that slipstream. Maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, it is important for the drivers who seem to be struggling to keep up with the pace of the drivers in front to just keep within that second, as both Lopez and Useless, both Alphas, drop out of the DRS zone, so they will be under pressure from the drivers behind them, especially Lopez with flip-flop fish behind him.
I think there's a lot of communication here in the Alfa Romeo area. I think they are probably committed to saving their tires at the moment. But yeah, that is going to make Lopez especially fall prey here to flip-flop fish for the final step on the podium.
Alp seems to be struggling to keep up with Nicholas here.
Yeah,
Nicholas really showing some great race pace, but Alp has kept it within DRS zone at the moment, but he has to navigate his way through the centre S's and not lose a tenth. Nicholas showing incredible pace. 1:10.8.
He is stabilizing that gap, and he's really close to breaking DRS.
Yes, but I don't think it was quite enough. I think Alp has got DRS,
19th.
and we'll use that now. Nicholas, I think, needed to break the DRS, as he has used a lot of DRS to try and break the toe, as Fenrique has overtaken the Alfa Romeo of Useless into turn 4. Fenrique now leading the train of 5 cars behind him. Juventus and Perry going side by side. And Perry, Juventus and Wingate just hitting the back of each other. Sort of Constantina effect, sort of.
Just a little bit of bump drafting.
A little bit of bump in there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Look, neither losing front wing though, so should be alright.
Now we've got Useless falling back in the clutches of Bean Sandwich here for P6 is Alp. So I think Alp, we are going side by side. I think Alp just sent it into turn 1. I think he might have outbroke himself, missed that, did not think he was gonna go for it right there, but apparently he is feeling racy right now.
And Alp is still looking to get the move done, and with very little DRS to use, so in my opinion he should just start saving the DRS down a few laps. He's got plenty of laps to go, so fingers crossed. Swarner and You See Me Flying are side by side as Swarner gets the move done
on those hards.
On the hards, yeah.
He and DK, they're gonna try to catch up to this gaggle in front of him with Burzy, Wingate, Venice, Perry, all these guys. But I think right now our focus should be at the front of the race with Nicholas and Alp. Alp really, I think he's trying to send a message here. He's trying to scare Nicholas into making a mistake with these feint moves that he made into turn 1 and turn 4 last lap. I think he's just a little bit out of range right now. Do you think it's
Bean Sandwich and You See Me? Oh, sorry, Useless Cat is side by side through the centre S's. Bean Sandwich comes out on top, and the Alfa Romeo is just dropping through that train of cars. But he's coming back at Bean Sandwich, trying for a move out around the outside. Will Bean Sandwich?
He does. Nice move from Useless.
He does. Very good move from Useless. Very good.
Yeah, that battle back there. I mean, these guys are really just
Oh, it's no holds bars.
Yeah.
It is no holds bars. And yeah, we've got a bit of a train in the midfield too. We've got one from 6th down to 9th, and then another from 12th to 15th.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean that's a good job from the hard tire drivers. They're getting.
Look at Fenrique. Fenrique has caught up to Lopez already, and before the corner's even there, he's got the move done. Very simple move for Fenrique there. Fenrique's looking like a man on a mission after the poor start he had.
Yeah, I mean after coming, 5,000ths from the pole, and then stalling it on the outside pole, you gotta imagine he's definitely motivated at the moment to right some wrongs that he's made in the past couple of minutes.
And definitely battle of the race so far has to go to Bean Sandwich and Useless, as they've been going at each other for a couple of laps now, and neither one of them holding back. Bean Sandwich again got the better of Useless going into the second sector, where overtaking is not really recommended.
It's certainly
very
not.
difficult to overtake.
Yeah, would not recommend. But yeah, these guys are, and they just refuse to kind of unstick from each other. I've been kind of trying to watch on board with Element here. Looks like
Mitch and Useless side by side into the center S's. Sorry for interrupting.
I'm watching the same thing.
Yeah. Mitch from attack turns to defence. His Element turns all over the back of him as his attack on Useless has compromised his run down the back straight. And neither driver going for a move there.
Oof. Really thought something was going to happen there, but I think these guys are just all... I really just don't want to mess up right now. And they're all just stuck together. And I mean, they're catching Lopez in P5. So that'll be another lap or two, I think. But Fenrique already on the back of Flip Flop Fish for P3.
And really ahead of them, I thought, and Alp's coming to the pits, lap 10. So Alp going for the undercut on Nicholas, and so is Flip Flop Fish, which has released Fenrique to maybe carry on with the pace he's been showing. He's definitely been showing some great, impressive pace around this track so far. As it is the front two, the second and third place driver are the only ones to pit, as well as Arbar, who has nothing to lose, I suppose, having such a poor start to the race.
Yeah.
Not his own fault, just unfortunate how things have gone.
It does look like those two are both Alp and Fish on the mediums. So I think they're going to try to ride these mediums out to the end. Nicholas right now, I mean, he's looking comfortable in front. He has not really made a step wrong, as I say. He's not made a step wrong, and he runs wide going into the penultimate corner. But he has really, honestly, he's controlled the race so far, and well done to him as he's leading the pits.
He has, but it will be in the back of his mind that Alp is on the fresher tyres, but is stuck in traffic.
Yep.
So that will compromise his undercut quite a bit, as Nicholas Pitton has promoted Fenrique into P1 for the time being. But I don't think we noticed that Mitch overtook Useless on the last lap, but Mitch has pitted, so... But it'll be interesting to see where Alp comes out relative to Nicholas.
I think...
Oh, we might be free wide. We're free wide going into turn 4.
Good lord.
Oh, that is great. How they have not No one left the track. That was incredible. And Alp
great
on the
restraint.
inside of
That's
Swarner.
Alp on the inside of Swarner on those hard tires, and Swarner's gonna hold on to it around the outside. Good lord! Oh, come on, fellas, keep it together.
This is great stuff. Alp obviously seeing Nicholas's car coming out of the pits and dives up the inside of Swarner.
There he
Gets the move done.
Oh,
Or does he? Swarner's held it up the inside. Oh, great driving from the two of them.
Yeah,
Great
that is
driving.
fantastic stuff. Not too fantastic for Alp. He has lost about a second to Nicholas there. Just in that exchange itself. Oh, and Bursey pushes Nicholas to the wall. But they both survive. They will live to see their day. Another lap here.
Oh, and Bursey.
Yeah,
Bursey
like
goes wide.
went
This is on the grass, so that's meant Alp doesn't have to deal with him, and now Alp will be tracking down Nicholas.
Yeah,
I'm sure Alp is very annoyed with how the pit sequence went.
Yeah, 12 laps on those tires for Bursey. I think they're pretty much bald at this point. There's not a whole lot left on them. But Alp now has the challenge here. He's got a second and a half to catch up to Nicholas. This is the race, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I believe this is going to be the race.
Nicholas getting held by Wingett though through sector 2, which has allowed Alp to gain by about 3/10 in the second sector as he is in clear air. Lopez stupid mistake there, speeding the pits.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Good run from Lopez too, but
Nicholas
he will get by.
side by side. Wingett is fighting Nicholas. But Nicholas
Yeah,
on the pressure.
and while they're doing that, Alp just set the fastest lap of the race on this fresh set of medium tires. So he is coming. I think when we started this, it was about 2 seconds. Now it's down to 1.2 seconds, under a second. If the live timing and scoring is to be believed, he is definitely catching him right now, and he needs to move up to wing it, get past him quickly, and I think it'll be clear sailing.
I'm sure it's in the back of these drivers' minds as well that Fenrique is still yet to pit. He is leading the race, needs to pit, but at the moment, if I'm getting this right, he will be behind Alp with no drivers in the way. So Fenrique is still very much in this race, as well as Flip-Flop Fish. Fenrique does pit.
Yeah, he is pitting now. Well,
so it'll be interesting to see if Fenrique gets out in front of Swarner. I'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's true.
This is going to be close. I think he should. Yeah, Fenrique does get out ahead of Swarner, or does he? Are they going to be side by side? Swarner gets back into the slipstream of Fenrique, trying to mount an attack, but unable to. Flip-Flop Fish still in contention for a podium here as well, so...
I don't think Swarner really planned to be in the middle of all this whenever he threw those hard tires on one lap into the race. But here he is, and whoa, we got a little bit of lag on the stream there. It looks like Flip-Flop Fish just went about 1/3 of the way into Swarner's Renault. But I mean, how long can you stretch these softs? Beans in, Useless is staying out though. And I think Element is as well. We're talking 15 laps now on these soft tires. Really just insane tire management from these guys to try to make it last as long as they have.
We have seen some incredible tyre wear management from drivers this week on the softs. I think in Tier 2, European Tier 2 that is. Someone kept these softs going for 29 laps, which is just incredible. So these softs will go a long time, but they do start to lose pace around about this point. So the medium tyre definitely is tired to be on at this point in the race. But the guys going out longer on the softs are looking to get that bit more pace towards the end of the race on the medium tyre to maybe mount an attack, as Alp is within the DRS zone of Nicholas.
It looks like Fenrica just got past Wheatley as well. But yeah, this is for ultimately P1 on track, even though these guys have not pit in front of them. Oh man, you know, I might have discounted Nicholas before the race started. I didn't think he was in my top 3 in the predictions, but he's done a great job so far. And now Alp, I think we're kind of trending towards a big time battle.
I think so, especially if Fenrique can catch up, and Flip Flop Fish, who will be able to see the lead 3, or certainly Fenrique ahead of him on track, so I'm sure he'll be wanting to as Mitch gets past DK. DK on the hard tyre is struggling to keep up with the guys on the mediums, and has just dropped out of the points there as Mitch is fighting his way through the field. And probably hoping to get onto the back of Swarner very soon.
I think Mitch definitely jumped a few guys during that entire pit sequence. Bean Sandwich was in front of him when that happened, and now here's Bean Sandwich in P11 on the tail of Mitch. I still can't get over that name, I'm sorry. I just want to say Bean Sandwich now. Useless into the pits from the lead. Element still staying out, interestingly enough, as Alp is going to have DRS down this back straightaway, and he... Oh man, is he going to make it work? Around the outside? No, he's not. Nicholas pushes him off just a little bit. Goodness gracious.
Squeeze as well. But yeah, fair driving from the 2, getting the elbows out, you'll love to see it. So hopefully this battle continues, but Element 10, I mean at this point I'd be thinking he's hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, I mean these guys are going to catch up to him in a matter of maybe 2 laps, unless they keep battling like this. Honestly, right now, Nicholas, he has to just feel like a sitting duck. Like there's nothing he can do. Alp is coming with a lot of firepower down the main straight. We've got Alp once again just too far out of the slipstream to catch up to him. I think he's really trying to set it up for turn 4 is where he wants to do it. But Nicholas, he is probably going to block the inside.
The thing is with Alp, he's still not saving DRS, or ERS, sorry. If he saves that ERS, he'll have enough ERS, I think, to get past Nicholas. But at the moment, both drivers are running on very low ERS. And it's just, all this battle has been in Fenrique is now only 2 seconds outside of these 2.
Yeah, this might just play into his hands.
As Flip Flop Fish has got past Wingit. Wingit did start on the medium tyre, so he's struggling now with the guys around him. He'll be hoping to get probably about 4 or 5 more laps out of these mediums until he does pick the soft tyre. Mitch has also seemed to got past Bean Sandwich, and now he's looking to overtake Swarner, who is on the hard tyre. 16 lap old hards.
16 lap old hards, boy. That sent shivers down my spine. I don't want to be on 16 lap old hards right now. But it looks like these guys are lining up for a titanic battle into turn 1. Mitch is going to get him. I don't know if Bean is going to try to push it as well. He's not. And Lopez gets another time penalty.
Swarner tries to caper up the inside of Mitch there into turn 2. Very aggressive from Swarner. Battling for position, of course, so it is all fair. There's Bean Sandwich looking for a move up the inside of Swarner into turn 4. I don't know if he's got it done though. He's still side by side.
Gonna go side by side into this. Oh man. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. I think Bean just had to let off a bit there. Swarner had the inside. They'll have to fight another lap. With these
As we
guys.
said, Swan is showing some great wheel-to-wheel racing in his debut race, 4 contests of speed. I mean, all the new drivers are, to be honest. All the new drivers, apart from Useless, in the top 10 in the points positions, as Wingate has pit, and he will go on to the soft tyres. So Wingate has made the move. But Bean Sandwich up the inside of Swanner again. Can he get the move done this time? Swanner defends.
Oh, and then Bean gets a 3-second time penalty trying to do the undercut halfway through that center S. That is, he's definitely not to get past now.
And Bean gets the moves done, or as he Swanner fights back. This is great battling between these two. Swanner, can he hold it around the outside? No. And I think the unfortunately for Swanner, he's just not on the right tyre at the moment. But if he can hold on to a points position, that would be a great race for him. As Element 10 and DK are side by side in sector 2. DK of course on the harder tyre, and DK onto the grass. He clipped the inside of Element 10 there, and unfortunately for him, and the way this game is, if you touch the inside of someone's car, you are unfortunately going off. He saved it well though, to be fair.
Yeah, he did. So now the race is back on at the front. Alp is he went from kind of just coasting around about 6/10 behind Nicholas to being right on his tail, as we see now. And I don't know how long Nicholas can hold this pressure. This is a lot of pressure from Alp.
It was Lopez and Flip-Flop Fisher side by side. Not sure who got the move done there, but Lopez has certainly come out on top. Lopez on the fresher tyre, so I would have thought it would be him, but I don't know, I'm not too sure to be honest. Unfortunately missed that. But I mean, look at the pace of Bean Sandwich on the medium tyre, definitely getting held up by Swanner there. Already 2 seconds clear of the Renault driver. So Bean Sandwich showing some great pace on the medium tyre, as I forgot to speak.
Yeah, and I'm still intrigued to see what Fenric can do as he's kind of closing in here on these guys battling for the lead. As Alp launches another move into the center S's into turn 1. Now we're going to turn 4. Nick was trying to break the slip.
A lot closer.
They're side by side through turn 4, and it looks like he's going to back out just in time, but he's going to have so much pace coming up the hill. But he's not going to be able to pull
looking.
He is just looking for. He's just trying his best to force a gap here from Nicholas, who's doing a great job at hanging on to the lead.
Out knowing that time is running out for himself, as Fenrique now he's 5 tenths away from being in the DRS zone. He has gained a second on that lap with the battling of these two.
Yep, and I believe Fenrique is also, he has about twice the amount as the first and second place runners at the moment on ERS, excuse me. As Alp launches another move up the inside, Nicholas is just not going to let him by. He's pulling a full Mark Webber here.
Flip-Flop Fish has got past Lopez as well, going into turn 1 and through the center S's. But Lopez looking for a move back on Flip-Flop Fish, and Lopez gets the move done round the outside of Flip-Flop Fish. So
seen a lot of we've seen a lot of really good moves around the outside of turn 4 today.
Yeah, Swan is in another battle. This guy will not back down from anything, and he's looking up the inside of Useless, who did overtake him in the previous turn, but wasn't meant to be. Swan are struggling on the very old hard tyres now, has to be said.
Oh, very old. They're probably just now reaching their prime.
Yeah. The hards around this track do last a very long time.
So we're gonna go back and do the same rerun. Alp looking to the outside this time of Nicholas, and he's got him for now, but Nicholas might have overshot it. Alp is trying to force a mistake, but he can't. He cannot.
Fenrique's there. Fenrique is there. Will he get DRS? No. But now we have a three-way battle for the lead.
Oh man, this is getting good.
This is all for position. If I just check the penalty situation for the three drivers at the front. So Nicholas hasn't even got a warning. Alp has got 2 warnings. So Alp is on the cusp of the penalty.
Curse of the commentator. Fenrique just got a 3-second penalty going up the hill.
So Fenrique needs to get past these 2 drivers, or just hope that one of them or both get a penalty.
Or take each other out, either one.
Yeah,
either one's a possibility. Look how hard these guys are going right now. This is this is edge of your seat stuff between these guys. Fenrique has just creeped and creeped and creeped, and he's come back after. If he missed the beginning, he stalled at the start. But he is all the way back. His Alp is going to look again.
Oh, trying it around the outside. Nicholas losing the back end slightly, which allows Fenrique to have a chance.
Oh,
and both have just binned it out. And that surely means
out. This is going to be a safety car, I would have to imagine.
VSC, that's right on the racing line.
Oh, man.
How is Nicholas still in this race? But you've got to think that Alp will take the win after that incident. I don't know what to say about that. It'll be one for the stewards to have a look at, I'm sure. But I think it was just both drivers wanting the position so much. Nicholas knowing he made a mistake and not wanting to give away too many positions.
Yeah, I think Nicholas. Really, what was an entire race worth of just valiant defending. I think he just defended a little bit too hard there. He took Fenrique off the track. Oh man, just
a nightmare
really
for Mitch. Mitch has just got a drive-through penalty for speeding on the VSC.
Oh, I hate to see it.
That is unfortunate for Mitch, as he is running P4 and not far off Lopez. Lopez, though, in your prediction, is 3rd place on the grid. And lucky good for it. He's right behind Flip Flop Fish, who is dragging him along. Lopez doing a great job. Being sandwiched as well on debut, looking for his first podium. Useless in the top 5 positions. Swarner's up there still. This is incredible stuff. As we do see drivers in the pits. Mitch, of course, serving that drive-through.
Yeah, I think some of these guys on the hard tires might want to. I guess there's 2 of them. They want to throw the softs on. But it looks like neither of them will. As Swarner loses it coming out of turn 4 from P7. Looks like Perry the dog is going to catch him going up that hill.
Oh, Swarner! Swarner tried to keep it around the outside, and Swarner has wing damage. That's so unfortunate for himself. He's running in such a good position, and now he's going to have to stumble his way home.
Oh man, yeah, that is going to be a tough task, especially as these hard tires age and age and age. They are not like a fine wine. Once they fall off, you are driving on ice. Boy, that was an intense. That was an intense couple of minutes there.
And it's not going to stop as we see Wingate is all over the back of Swarner. Of course, Wingate on the reverse strategy on the 6-lap old soft tyre. So a much better pace than Swarner pits.
Yeah, he's just going to have to pit.
So unfortunate for Swarner.
Yeah, he was having a good race. Up until that point, I think someone in front of him, I think you see me flying, he also went in as well. I think he might have had some wing damage. But Wingate on these softs might be able to make up a substantial amount of ground. I know he's a fan favorite, but that medium to soft strategy might pay off with that VSC. As Alps starting to run away with it a little bit, but Lopez and Fish, they are going at it. Hopefully that doesn't end the way that we saw a few minutes ago.
Hopefully not. So unfortunate for Fenrique at his home race of Brazil. It is such a great track, and I know he wants to win here so bad. He was cruelly taken away last season from the win as a result of podiums. He did start, I think, back of the grid as well, so great drive from him there. But I think the battle to watch now is definitely between Flip Flop Fish, Lopez, and if he can get within the DRS range, Bean Sandwich, and he is looking like he's got the pace to get within a second of Lopez.
Yeah, Bean Sandwich definitely. I think these guys are probably going to start battling pretty soon, and I think Bean Sandwich, he might be able to shout here for a podium, and if he can keep his cool. As Nicholas on the soft tires, trying to salvage what he can out of what could have been a maiden podium. Sets the fastest lap. Useless in P5. Steady race from him.
Useless has not been useless at all. He's been kind of an underdog. He is getting away from Ellington. Ellington was within DRS range in the last lap, but unfortunately has dropped out. I think the battle for P2 is the only battle on track at the moment. But we will keep an eye on Wingit, who is on softs, and Nicholas Swarner and Juventus, see if they can make their way through the field. Nicholas, of course, showing great pace on the soft tyre, setting the fastest lap of the race, so it is unfortunate for him, as Lopez is very close to the back of Flip Flop Fish going into turn 4. Will he send it? No. Lopez stays out, knowing that this is a great result for him so far.
And I think he's going to save it a little bit as well. He has 3 lap younger mediums, so he probably has a little bit more life than Flip Flop Fish does on this set of tires. I can talk. I think he's kind of just going to set him up for a move here. He might be able to get P2 quite easily the way that he's saving his DRS. He's got a full tank. Well, actually, both of them have full tanks ERS. They are pretty.
Yeah. Bean Sandwich might make that job a little bit more difficult, as he is now in the fight for P2. He is within the second. Lopez may be looking for a move up the inside, no, saving it for a potential move into turn 4, using the DRS he has, and he's very close behind Flip Flop Fish. Flip Flop Fish gets a poor exit down the back straight, leaving Lopez the room to get the move done before the corner even begins. Good overtake from Lopez there. Just wait for his time, wait for a mistake, as Nicholas making his way up through the fields on the soft tyre, gets past Bersy J before turn 1.
I don't think it's quite over between these two in this battle. I mean, we've seen a McLaren hunting down 2 guys battling before in the not so distant past. Wonder what Bean can do here. He is running with a little bit less ERS, it must be said, than the guys in second and third, but he does have the advantage of DRS between both these guys. They're behind him.
Yes, I have just checked the penalty situation, and it's not looking good for Lopez. He does have a 5-second time penalty alongside a 3-second time penalty. As the other 2 drivers, well, Flip Flop Fish is clean of penalties and Bean has just the 1. So at the moment, as things stand with penalties involved, Flip Flop Fish will finish second, Bean third on his debut race, which is a very good result for him. And unfortunately, Lopez, who is sat P2 on the track, will drop out of the podium position.
Yeah, forgot about that earlier. That speeding in the pit lane, that 5-second penalty, definitely not what you want to do. Unfortunate for Lopez, but nonetheless, that would still be a 4-5 for Alpha. And as it stands, no Element is pushing down. Out of half a second on Useless down the main street.
Bean Sandwich and Flip Flop looking very close being sandwiched to the back of Flip Flop Fish, but can't get the move done as Flip Flop Fish does have DRS to defend with. But we'll see how things go into turn 4, and no one going for a move. Yeah, interesting to see that Element 10 is back in DRS of Useless, as I thought Useless was actually getting away from Element 10. He did manage to get out of DRS, so maybe using up too much ERS to do so. Does Mitch get past Wingate, or does he? Mitch and Wingate are side by side into turn 4. Keep it side by side. Down into the uphill right-hander.
Oh,
Mitch
baby.
And Wingate on the soft tyre.
Oh,
Keeps
Lord,
it
Mitch is gonna...
outside.
Oh,
Mitch!
I think Mitch just went a little too deep
He saved
there.
it. He saved it. He saved it.
Oh, man.
Mitch.
That could have ended a lot worse than that.
That was very good driving, but back to the battle at the front, as Flip Flop Fish is a lot closer to Lopez now. Lopez might be... We're 3 wide going into turn 1. Lopez getting surrounded by both drivers behind him and now finds himself in P4.
Yeah, and now Bean Sandwich is going to use that to try to take the inside coming into turn 4 on Fish. And it looks like he's going to get that done. But wait, there's more. Wait a second. Is Fish going to really push it around the outside here? He is.
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. That's on penalties at the moment. Fish is a net P2. But maybe he's just nervous about getting another another warning, sorry, which will mean that he has the same amount of penalties as Bean Sandwich.
Yes. So Jeff should get on the radio and tell him the situation at the moment.
Yeah.
But it looks like
that Jeff is useless, however.
Yeah, I mean, he has a family, man. He has a family. But yeah, Bean Sandwich. I think from here, Bean might be able to pull a gap between Flip Flop Fish. Oh, as I say that, he gets a little squirrely on the curbs, and I think that's going to lead to. Oh, and Lopez is coming too. I think he can hold off. Yeah, he holds off Lopez, but
in the meantime, Mitch is coming back at Wingate. After the incident between the two drivers, Mitch gets the move done before the turn 4 corner. It seems to be a popular place for overtakes today. That.
Yeah, definitely.
On the second DRS straight.
Yeah, I believe, not a data guy, but I would say about 90% of the overtakes have been into turn 4 today, which I'm not complaining about it. They've all been pretty good. Bean definitely is going to be wanting to get back up here. Go ahead.
Well, I was just about to say that Alp has crossed the line and started the final lap of the race, so this battle is going to start heating up. As Bean drops his tyre onto the grass, compromising his braking.
Another 3 seconds.
Another 3 seconds.
Man. That's 11 seconds worth of penalties for Lopez, unfortunately.
It is. He's still going for it on Bean now. No, unfortunately, can't manage to. Get any move to stick, as Nicholas and DK are going at each other. Nicholas, of course, on the soft tyre. DK on 33 lap old hards, almost race long old hards. But it'll be interesting to see, actually, back to the drivers at the front, battle for P2, if any of them will get a move done before the finishing line. The drag down to the straight, on the straight, sorry. But yeah, our race leader is coming down the line and will take home the victory in Brazil comfortably after what looked like such a difficult race for him. Nicholas and Fenrique, unfortunately, having a bit of an accident with each other.
Yeah, starting off where he left off last year, Alp, with the great drive. I honestly, I don't want to gloss over it, but I think we were really kind of gearing towards just a fantastic battle between him Fenrique there at the end, and Nicholas as well. But fortunately for those two, they were not a part of it. Alp with a commanding victory by 4.5 seconds takes the first victory of the season.
Yeah, so as Alp wins, Flip Flop Fish does indeed take second place on track as well as 3 penalties. Bean Sandwich taking his 3rd position and the final podium position on debut. Great race for Bean Sandwich, so well done him. Lopez does unfortunately drop out of the podium spots and into 5th actually, behind his teammate, Useless, due to penalties. 6th place was indeed... Who was it? If the game would load, that'd be nice. Perry, actually I didn't notice, he was, I didn't think he was running that good of a race, but he's come out of nowhere and put it in P6. Mitch, unfortunately getting a drive through under virtual safety car for speeding, finishes P7. I'm sure he'll just be happy to finish in the points, to be honest with the great drivers in this tier. Wingit, doing the reverse strategy to success, finishing in the points at P8. Element 10 unfortunately dropping back to P9 on penalties. I think he finished P6 on track. Nicholas, after running such a good race and such good battling with Alp, unfortunately his incident with Fenrique has dropped him down into 10th, but
yeah, at least he
does get a point and
yeah.
the fastest lap point, so 2 points for Nicholas. Outside of the points, DK, Arbar after an unfortunate start, running into the back of a stalling Fenrique. Bersy J, Swarner, who ran great on the hards, unfortunately lost it into turn 4. Juventus, You See Me Flying, are the final finishers. And the DNFers is Fenrique, of course, caught up in the incident with Nicholas, and Raid and Blank, who did have a lap 1 incident with each other, bringing out the safety car at turn 4. Not sure what happened there. So, great race from everyone. We will invite the podium runners for interviews. So that would be Alp, Flip Flop Fish, and Bean Sandwich. So yeah, I'll get to inviting them now.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, let me know. I'm not sure if I'm friends with everybody yet, but holy cow!
Yeah, I'll
what
you might have to suggest.
What a race! Who do you have? Who? Probably celebrating. Oh, that was fun.
Fortunate. So, yeah, Kitten, if you want to just go back into the lobby screen so we can hear the drivers, and we'll get the interview started. So we have first place Alp and second place Flip Flop Fish. Unfortunately, Bean Sandwich can't make it. So we'll start with second place, Flip Flop Fish. Happy with second place?
I mean, I'm pretty happy. I just didn't have the pace today. I was off like a half a second in the middle of the medium stint to the Alp and Enrique and Nick, so I was looking to get fourth, honestly, but then I saw Nick and Enrique clashed and I was laughing. It's like, yeah. Thank the Lord for I got second place. My pace was awful. I'll take it.
Yeah, you could say a fortunate second place there for yourself, but you battled well for the second place. Did you know that both drivers had penalties, and were you just
Yeah,
putting
I
a
did.
show on, or yeah? So risky move from you there to battle away with them, but very entertaining from yourself. But yeah, great drive from yourself, and well done on your second place. So we'll swiftly move on to Alp, who is the winner of the race. You're not very used to winning in America's tier as much as you dominate. You
Yeah,
just
it's
do
more
it by consistent podiums, don't you? So could be said that this is new for you, but we know that's not the case. So battling with Nicholas, how was that?
tense. Like,
I bet it was.
it got to a point where I was stuck. I didn't know what to do. But, you know, because I always covered the inside and went deep and covered the outside so sharp and covered the switchbacks well. So, yeah. I was hoping to get him in the pit stops, but then I got traffic on my out lap, so that wasn't possible. Then I waited a few laps to see if he would get any penalties under pressure, and that didn't happen. Yeah, so I was legit at a point where I didn't know what to do. So yeah, I saved up a bit of ERS and just went full beans around the outside. He luckily gave me space. I saw how deep he went there, so yeah, it was one of the hardest moves in a while. Then as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, I need to run away with this because I don't want him in my DRS. But 2 seconds later, he crashed with Fenwick. So I don't know what happened there.
Fenrico was the quickest driver today.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was very good, very good. It was just an unfortunate start. He just seemed to. I think he
overcut
stalled.
me.
Yeah, he
A
ended
full
up
laps.
stalling.
We switched roles
Um,
today.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I almost thought I lost the race when I made the mistake at turn 4 on lap 1. Nicholas
Oh, I
hit
made a
there.
mistake too.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but,
then after that it was just keeping calm and not bothering it. I did try to go for a fastest lap at the end, then had a huge moment and just backed off.
yeah, don't do that. I've learnt my lesson doing that. But yeah, great race from yourself. I'm sure you were very relieved going through that. But yeah, unfortunately, Nicholas and Fenrique did have the accident, which meant that you were top of the grid today and taking home all 25 points. So yeah, great race from both of you. Kitten, if you want to say anything.
I just want to say that was one hell of a race. I really wanted to see how that would have ended with Alp and Fenrique and Nicholas, but you know, unfortunately, I think everybody was racing pretty hard at the front in that situation, and you know, two of the quickest drivers today didn't really get it, but great drive from Alp, great drive from Flip Flop Fish, which I'm still trying to learn how to say fast. But y'all did a great job tonight. This was really entertaining stuff.
I'm sure you'll film more soon.
Ooh.
Oh, we will. It's the America's Tier 1. It's always exciting. I've never seen a dull race. Just something always going on. But yeah, so
Well,
I think we'll finish it off there.
yeah, we're racing next week. Eat the cookie.
We are racing at the streets of Baku in Azerbaijan. So
Ooh!
yeah. Thank you. So great battling going on there, I'm sure.
Sounds like things are about to get a lot more tame.
Yeah,
Gonna
no,
put some
definitely
practice
not.
in this time.
Safety cars. Just qualifying will be important. We'll have. It'll be beautiful. It'll be pure
I have to
carnage.
miss
Can't wait.
Last year, so yeah.
Yeah,
we don't
for
know how
for Eat the Cookie and Alp, our winner, and Flip Flop Fish. This is Kid Better signing off for the night. You can catch us next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And if tonight was any indication, you probably don't want to see it, or you probably do want to see it.
Just gonna say.
Yeah,
Are you watching the same race as me?
it is going to be absolutely insane. thanks to everybody involved. But until then, good night. And don't catch the coronavirus.
Cookie has it.